Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest where we are in a blind playthrough of Blueprints, a game I have fallen so deeply in love with really quickly because, quite frankly, it's just so creative, it's genius, I've never played anything that's quite like it, and I am wrapped in this mystery. I cannot wait to come back and play this game every single time I have to leave it. I want to cry. I just want to keep going on with it. But I do think firstly that we saved and exited the game correctly the last time. So this time I haven't skipped a day. We're going into day 5. So let's do it. Man, I feel like every single day, although I did accidentally skip a day because of the way that I originally tried saving and exiting the game, and I've learned from that. We've just got to be careful about the timing of it, and the way that I end a day when I know that I need to close the software of the game. Oh, hello, Mansion. Hello, Red Prince. Hello, Simon, whatever you are. Yeah, every day that I've played this game, in game days, really, that I mean, I feel like we've made masses and masses of progress because the real progress in this game is learning. And I've constantly learned a ton in this game. All right, so again, we're coming into the lobby. These pictures are the same. This picture is the same again, all good. That chair just seemed brighter than I remember it being. This is all the same. Sometimes I just like to check. You never know. You never know in a game like this really what's going to happen. All right, so let's get started. I don't know. I don't have any particular strategy with which door I'm starting with, and at the moment I don't know what matters. We learned an absolute ton in the last couple of days. We've got an enormous amount of lore, particularly from the archives, and I think we've sort of learned like a lot more about who we are, a lot more about who I'm fairly sure is our mother, Mary Jones, and that she writes these books, children's books. She wrote, including Swimbird, and there's a picture of a Swimbird somewhere, and all kinds of stuff like that. All kinds of fascinating lore things about, that are unraveling in front of our eyes about what's going on in this game. What's the history of this house? What's the history of this family? What are the familial tensions that are going on? What is it that we are trying to do? At the moment, my theory is that we are trying to find our mother. I think our mother has gone missing, and we think maybe she's gone missing either in this mansion, in room 46 maybe, or something to do with this mansion. I think that's really why we're here. I think we're here to find our missing mother. Aside from all of that narrative stuff, we've learned a ton about this intertwined aspect of the game, the mechanism of the rooms, and the things that are going on in the rooms. So now, it's so amazing. When I first started playing this game on day 1, I felt like, okay, our ultimate goal, at least in the first stage of this game, because I feel like the antechamber is not going to be the end. The antechamber is not the end. I feel like the antechamber is going to be, because the phrasing that our grand uncle gave us in the letter in the introduction was something like the antechamber will serve as an initial aim, something like that. So I think that, yeah, it is our initial sort of aim overall. But I was really set on let's get to the antechamber. Let's try and get to rank 9. Let's try and go as far north as we can. But this game is so incredible that has shifted for me now. Now my goal in these days is actually not necessarily that. I would certainly like to try that. I'd certainly like to get to the antechamber because getting there is going to be an important learning experience as well. Like, we'll learn about whether we can actually get into the room and maybe what we might need to get into the room, I suspect. But in addition to the antechamber, some of my primary goals now are actually just to to get certain combinations of rooms so that I can learn more about things that are in the rooms. And my primary, the one that I find myself the most interested in now is two things. One is getting the room, I think it's the parlor, right? Getting the parlor room and getting the, let me just get started here. Getting the parlor room. God, I do often get bedroom here in this spot, don't I? I think that's interesting now that I think about it. So, oh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked because there's just so much going on in this room, in this game, right? But now I'm thinking, are there certain placements on the board that are more associated with particular room choices? That's fascinating. Oh my God. If I'm going to consider that, then my note-taking is going to become insane. But maybe that's the case because I'm just thinking, yeah, we've had bedroom in this spot 3 times now as a potential room to draft here. Okay. That raises so many new questions about like whether certain room combinations are reliant on each other. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that one. I'm gonna make the bedroom because it's what I want to make here. I'd like to be able to go to the next rank, basically. All right, hey, money, nice. I don't see. I got the coin purse before, and I don't think I read this properly. You're probably going, no, you didn't, Rebecca. No, you didn't read it properly. Okay, it's fine. This is what happens on a blind playthrough. Sometimes there are things I miss, and I pick up on them like a couple of episodes later. So that's all part of the fun. All right, so coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional 1 coin in interest. That's fascinating. So the coin. I thought the coin purse before was just a collection of coins, if you get me. But actually, it has its own property. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, this is a different bedroom to the one that I had in this spot previously. Okay, so I've had this bedroom over that side a couple of times. Right. But maybe there's something to the fact that it's often in rank 1 or it's often immediately from the central lobby or something like that. Okay. We know with these 2 pictures now, I'm now feeling completely confident that I understand at least the main thing at least one of the core things that's going on with these pictures, which is that when you have 2 similar words, pin and pine, what I am doing is making a note that E is the letter of difference between those 2 words. So I have my notes next to me here. And I am noting E is the letter of concern. I still don't really know what to do with this info. We've got our picture of what I think is probably Herbert's wife. I think it's probably our grand aunt. All right. So my comrade, I'm so excited about everything in this game. Like all of the, electrons in my brain are going all over the place. So let me try and finish this thought. My main interest, I think, is getting the parlor so I can get the magnifying glass that I know about now, and then somehow getting the dark room, the photography room, so that I can go back to all those pictures I was looking at that had small details in them, and I can look at them now with the magnifying glass. Like, I unfortunately found the magnifying glass after I found the dark room. So now I immediately knew, like, this is the main thing I want to do with this magnifying glass for the time being. Okay, the storeroom has a lot of good stuff in it, but it's a dead end. Maybe, so let's do hallway here. I think this is the first time I've done an east to west hallway, actually. Let's do it, because now we can make use of all of these directions. All right, so we've got bath and bat. So here, H is the letter of interest. This is always the same, isn't it? Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked, and we know that red memos are lies because that's what the thing in security told us. So actually, West Wing rooms are more likely to be unlocked, which is nice. But that's just general knowledge that we have now. That's great. It's so great that you have, there's some things that you can that just stay stable between the episodes. So I don't need to, once I've learned that, I don't need to worry about it anymore. Oh, code check. This is the other thing that I'm really excited about. It's not really where I had wanted to build coat check, because now if I build it here, I'm not going to be able to put a room in the bottom right hand corner, but I think maybe we're going to sacrifice that on this run, because the other thing I really want to do is get the coat check, which allows me, if I choose to, allows me to get my upgrade disc out. And this is so important because this was actually difficult to get. To get this upgrade disc took being able to get the car keys and then being able to get the garage and get into the car, etc. So now I have this upgrade disc. I want to have access to it, but I don't want to take it out unless I need it. And at the moment, I don't know where I can use this. It says that there are multiple terminals that you can use this in around the house, but I don't know which rooms have terminals in them. It's possible I've even come across one without noting it. And even as those words were coming out of my mouth, I just realized probably the security room, right? Probably the security room I can use this in. And hopefully then, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the upgrade disc will give us a permanent, I think it said it will give us a permanent upgrade to something. I've forgotten what, to something to do with rooms we can upgrade, but I'm not sure what. So let's get the coat check, because, I should stop automatically stepping into rooms as well, because I now know how important my steps are. Yeah, if we get the security room, which we've been pretty lucky with so far getting, then, this is not the best. So that'll cut us off. That will cut both south and north off, and that will cut, that's pretty lame. Oh, so I've ruined one of my entry hall exits for sure. Well, just thinking ahead, if I've ruined it anyway, I think I might put the utility closet here, because I'm actually just now remembering if we're lucky enough to get the dark room again and to get parlor, originally when I stepped into the dark room, the lights went out and I needed to come to the breaker box to turn it back on. So actually, being able to look at that stuff in the dark room, I don't know if that'll happen every time. I don't know if is it likely that there's going to be gifts in there? I don't know. If we get the security room, it'll tell us if there's something in there anyway. Okay. We've got our extra little step there. That's useless now. That sucks. I really need to have very good luck here now. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's not the best start in the world. Okay. So let's just set ourselves up as well as we... Oh no, I need a gem to be able to do the drawing room. Ah, crap. All right, so it's either spare room or pantry. It's sort of same, isn't it? I'm noting as well that I'm getting a lot of blue rooms. I don't yet know what the value between blue rooms, green rooms, and red rooms is, but I do know that red is our favorite color. So red seems good, but I don't know how red seems good. Is there any value in having the spare room? I can't think of one per se. I don't know. I'm going to do pantry because at the very least it allows us to move north. All right, and we've got our... So what have we got here? Pantry. Oh, this is one I can't figure out, right? Man, this is going to hit me like a ton of bricks at some point. Like, I'm going to go, oh, but I'm not going, oh, now. I'm stuck on the fact that this seems like prayer. Pray. These two are in combination a lot, which makes me think that they must have a relationship. I just can't think of anything else you would call this apart from crowbar or bar, right? I mean, I'm saying right, but obviously something's not right. If this is bar, what could this be that would be one letter different from bar? Bart? Like bear? I can't think of anything. So maybe it's... If it was crow, it would be a picture of a crow, right? Like it wouldn't be a picture of a crowbar. What if it's like tool? But I don't think you'd use that for tool. And this one, it's definitely something to do with praying, because it's got a kind of, you know, like a thing that I think is called like a rosary, right? But I don't know another word for this. I don't know. This one I'm stuck on. It's okay. It's okay. That's not... Is this anything? No, that's just... It's just stuff. It's just stuff. Alright, give me my monies. My banana. 3 steps? 3 steps from banana. Alright, let's hope and pray. Oh no, everything good has a gem requirement. That really sucks. So the only one I can do, which is useful to us, is spare room. This is not going well. If I do that, I'm completely cut off. I have nowhere to go, so. Alright. Yeah, it is really... Please give me a gem. Give me a gem. Nothing. It's got nothing for me. Alright. Oh... Oh my god. That's it, right? Like, that's it. This run is over. Wow, this has been... This has been the shortest run yet, because there is nothing else I can do. All of my exits are gone. All my exits are gone. All my exits belong to, not me. Belong to Herbert. Well, it's pointless. Let me just collect my stuff for the satisfaction of it. And I guess it's a chance. Oh, it's you again. I don't know what this one is either. I don't know what this is. But it's coupled with tie. It's the same as the other one I can't figure out. These two are coupled with each other a lot. Surely this is tie. I can't think of anything else you would call this, again, apart from necktie. But most of the words that we're dealing with are actually short versions of those things. It's the short word, like 4 letters, 5 letters or something. So if this is tie, is it like tier? Maybe it's just tier, like T-I-E-R. That's actually the best idea that I've had yet. So if it's tier, then this would be R. That must be it. That must be it. I would never... This doesn't make me think of tier, but maybe actually in hindsight it is... Maybe it is one of the best ways that you could visualize that concept. Or maybe those things are just referred to as tiers, and you know, and a bunch of people know about that. That's swimbird. That's definitely swimbird. I wonder, this is a bit of a silly, potentially silly thought, but maybe there's no silly thoughts. Just throwing out an idea. When I say swimbird to myself, the word that I have in my head, because it sounds a bit like it, is swimburn. And it's kind of because we just have where I live, we have a few things around, you know, the place that are called Swinburne, like Swinburne, you know, University. Like it's a name, and it's, I don't know, I wonder actually if the name Swinburne will have any relevance in this game. Since I've screwed up this run anyway, I actually might just have another little look outside to see, because I only came out here once at when I was first playing. Was this open? Am I crazy? I don't think this was open the first time, or was it? And I just didn't go here. This, what? Oh my god, I'm immediately so glad I tried this. I must have missed this, because I went down here. See, I've learned so much about the game now. I think it's really worth... See, this is all of this is the other reason. All right, I've got to finish the sentence. This sort of stuff, the fact that there's clearly these other entrances and exits out here in the wider grounds is another reason why I think the antechamber is definitely... It's just the first major aim in the game, and I think that other things open up beyond that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The other thing is because of like the future predictions that we saw from like Alzara, and I've only had one so far. I know I'm going to get different ones if I find him again. The other thing is that Alzara's prediction even showed bits of the grounds, and it's my... So I just missed this the first time I came outside. Obviously, they're actually letting us see our own tent. That is crazy. It's taken me so long to notice this. Oh, so cute. So this is where we go every whatever. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu to return to the campsite for the night. Sweet. Oh, we have Swimbird! Oh my god. That is cute and makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so I wonder if Swimbird will have something to do with the name, like that the mother was making a, I don't know, like kind of created that word from someone who is called Swinburne, maybe? We saw apple trees. We saw this place in some of the photos, or at least in one of the photos that were in the dark room. This is it. This is it. I cannot believe I missed this the first time around. I think I just got distracted by like other cool discoveries. And of course the other thing is that the first time I would have been out here, I would have felt under more time pressure than I'm feeling now. It's actually great that this run has kind of gotten ruined. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I just had to pause for a bit there, and okay, I had been under the impression that if I do that, time in the game paused, but apparently not. So I've been out here for ages. I don't know how long. I actually had to go and have lunch for various reasons, and now it's nighttime. It's very pretty. It's actually my first proper look at the nighttime out here, so yeah, that's kind of nice. Well, hopefully that hasn't really impacted anything, because I was going to be finishing this day off soon anyway. I think is that more pathway down there maybe? I don't know. Doesn't seem, yeah. I didn't think it was really going to let us go anywhere here, but you've got to check, don't you? So yeah, so I was saying it was, yeah, it's actually, I think it's actually a really great thing to have the experience of, that's what I was wondering, how do we get into here? A four-letter combination. Hang on, let me finish my thought. I'm constantly doing this because this game is just constantly throwing new interesting things at me. Yeah, it's actually really great to have a short run, because it's given me it's taken the time pressure away, and I'm sort of like, oh, I can kind of like waste the rest of today and just have a little wander around. And that's how I've come out here and found all of this really important stuff. I'm actually really glad that I've found this now, because well, I don't know why. It like I have a bit of a context. I have a little bit of a context for this little apple grove here now. So it sort of makes it interesting in a new way. But having a think about this combination here, I wonder if I have anything that relates to it. I'm looking over my notes from all of the previous days. It could be so many things, couldn't it? It could be, I don't have any obvious 4-letter combinations, but it could even be something like 4 letters that translate to numbers somehow. But you know, I have no, as far as I can see, I have no obvious clues. And it might be that it's related to the thing that we can see when we look at the photo of the tree in this orchard that has the like the love heart carved into it. I have no idea what tree that is. I can't remember. I can't recall like what the angle was. Either way, there's obviously there's a shed of great interest in there, and I think that's probably the main thing that we want to get to, is that shed. There's also these 2 stacks here. Just burning in general, burning. And look, there's several of them actually. Like there's at least 3. There's another one down there. Hey Pixel! He's doing some big meows. And there's a pipe. That's kind of interesting as well. Alright, so the pipe kind of goes into this structure, and yeah, this is a sort of a built structure, built perhaps into this natural rock. I'm just having a think, like it's definitely not, what I'm thinking to myself is that heart that was carved into the tree, it's not one of these trees, is it? I feel like it was in the orchard. I don't think it's one of these. Okay, and so here is how we get into that structure. Let's just have a proper look at this. Is there any... There's no obvious mechanism to interact with, is there? So maybe... Yeah, maybe we open this like, I don't know, you know, through security, through some other thing I don't know about yet. A switch on a rock. No, I don't know. I'll be campsite. I'll be coming back here very, very soon. I'm just gonna continue my little look. Oh, that's interesting, because I don't feel like I've seen flowers anywhere else. Can't interact with them. Maybe they do relate to some other puzzle that we will have later on. Even that little... I'm just going to see if I see any more rocks like this. Even they look a little bit conspicuous. Oh, no, there's... Alright, there are flowers. Okay. Nope, never mind. It relates to nothing. That's a slightly conspicuous rock, though. That's a bit odd. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. That's really lovely. Lovely sky. Okay, and when we look down here, there's a weird little kind of patch of plants there that, again, is like so many things, looks very conspicuous. There's a lamp. And this is the gate that we cannot... Oh, the lamp is on the gate. Okay. We cannot open this gate. And there's a path that goes around to... who knows where. So I'm sure that I could have discovered this on day 1, and that this is the path that we traverse every day when we're coming up and when we're going home. Here is another entrance into the rock. Also with no obvious point of interactions. Okay, it's got this interesting kind of power pole that goes over there. Cool. All right, this was really useful. This was really useful, but there's that gate over there is still closed, I assume. I assume that everything out here is as it was on the previous days. I suspect so. You know, that is closed. I can't get into that. That was always open. I just failed to walk over there. Oh man, what a you know, first out of the gate failure of observation. But but it's fun to discover it now. That's the great part of it. Okay, I think we call it a day, except it's calling it a night, isn't it? What happens if I click on that? Oh, we get to see the... okay, that's cool. That's cool that you can look at the descriptions again. Nice. I think so. I think so. We're calling it. Goodbye. Goodbye, day 5. You were short. You were short, but I learned some things. I learned some very, very important things. Humble bungalow. It's interesting to see the different kind of look how good this looks with that impact of that visual effect of the stars up there splitting into their different sort of, what do you call that, you know, they're different like photon I don't know the term, like old TVs. Like old TVs. Yeah, it's interesting that you get the different kinds of houses as sort of your marker of how you did on a particular day. Nice. All right, well, day 5 was short but sweet. "8 a.m. I've just arrived from my campsite. Hello, house. I've just arrived from my campsite. Over here. I now know. Hello, birds. Hello. All right, let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try over this side, I suppose. This is the other bedroom, isn't it? Yeah, this is kind of, because this is the purple bedroom. So I previously had this bedroom in the spot behind me. And once again, I don't have that many great options here. But it's a similar range of rooms, isn't it? I think I've had a very similar, it's bedroom or this bedroom or the other blue bedroom, the parlor, the spare room. Maybe let's go with parlor this time, because the parlor will, as long as I don't screw this up, will give us some items. Oh, and of course, I thought, oh, I thought that the magnifying glass would just be here in this room. Oh, so it's not. Maybe that's why. Okay. Maybe that's why I missed it when I originally made the parlor, because actually maybe it wasn't here. I don't know, maybe it wasn't, I still missed it, but okay. All right, well, that's a bit, that makes getting the magnifying glass much trickier, because maybe it appears in all kinds of rooms. Probably not every room, right? Probably just certain rooms. I don't know. I don't know what my basis is for thinking that. Okay, well, hopefully we can get something out of this at least. So let's remember that we're not after the true box. So I made this mistake last time. We're not after the box that is true. We're simply trying to figure out the logic of which box has things in it. So the blue box is true. You are in the parlor. I am in the parlor, unless there's some weird meta logic going on, which would be very interesting if that turned out to be a lie. But otherwise, I am in the parlor, so this one is true. The blue box is true, so that must mean these two are true and this one is a lie. This box is empty, so this is the box that has what we want. I might have made that determination a bit too quickly, but thankfully I turned out to be correct. Now, yeah, that's always stuck in there, isn't it? We can't do anything with it. Great. Well, at least we've got 2 gems, which we know is very important for certain rooms. Okay. Hopefully. God, that's thrown a weird little spanner. Oops, sorry, I was making a note. I hit my my pen on the microphone stand. Okay. Well, utility box important, but we don't want it here. Storeroom important, but ideally I don't want it here. So maybe passageway is the best start, and we will immediately lose our 2 gems, but I just think, you know, as early on, we have to be making as many branches as possible. We have to be creating as many opportunities as possible, which is what went wrong in the last run. Okay, let's do what we did. Our first run went really well, and we kind of mainly started going up the the west side. So let's try with that. We could, well, darkroom would be great, wouldn't it? Because that's kind of one of my main points of interest. So it'll also be interesting to see if the lights in the darkroom definitely turn out, or if they only sometimes turn out. And we won't know for sure from this, no matter which one it does. We'll just get another point of data, essentially. So let's do darkroom. I'm feeling good about this run so far, and yeah, there we go. So at least both times I've been in here, the light has turned out straight away. So there's nothing we can do here without both the breaker box to turn the lights back on, and also somehow finding the magnifying glass. All right, shall we try down here? Because at least here, hopefully, we get a room that we can wait. Oh, I didn't realize that this happened. Okay, that is a challenge, but that's a very important learning. This is great that this happened, because now I know about it. What can I do? Let's just do this one. Oh, no. Hang on. Yeah. Oh, well. It's not the biggest waste. It's a little bit of a waste. We won't be able to go through the pantry. But this one is the this one is the dessert and the desert. So we can say at least that pantry's letter is S. Cool. And we've got some money, and we got some steps. And we can look at this. Look at the brook outside the window. Okay. I guess let's try and go north. I'll be back. I will be back, darkroom. I'm really hoping I will. Oh, I made the same mistake. I totally forgot that the exact same thing will happen. Oh, well, I can only do this, can't I? Whoops. Alright, and that's blocked off. That's blocked off our path north here. We are more likely to draw red rooms while drafting, for whatever good that does, I don't know, but I'm going to say it seems good. And if we get the shovel, we can come back here and get something. Let's just warm ourselves by the furnace for a sec. Lovely. Let's warm our butt. Ah, so nice. Okay. Well, that was my mistake. The first one was a learning. The second one was just making a huge mistake. So last time this one required a key. Is that going to be the case again? I was thinking, should I go back to the entrance hall? Because if this requires... If this one shows us rooms that require gems, we have no gems, so it limits our choices. And maybe, yeah, maybe it's better to go to a rank 1 entrance if we're going to potentially waste something. But at the same time, we would lose... Oh! Yeah. At the same time, we would lose steps. Anyway, I've done this now. This is a really tricky one because that's pretty devastating to no longer be able to see all 3 of my potential plans. At the same time, it strikes me that the archives might, if there are going to be only, and I don't know if this is true, if there are going to be certain rooms where an hourglass shows up and certain rooms where it doesn't, to me, it seems that the archives might be one of those rooms because it's a place where you're looking at things, right? We can't do that anyway. I've never done this room, and I should actually be, you know, prioritizing rooms that I haven't tried because I can get new information from them. But finding myself interested in these archives again, just in case, you know, just in case. Sorry, what the hell? I didn't see this last time. Maybe this wasn't here last time. This is... Oh, I was like, this looks like dynamite. A large battery pack provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. Huh. What have we found that might take a battery? Okay, unfortunately, this is where I would have expected... this is where I would have expected a magnifying glass. We ain't got one. We ain't got one. That's all the same. Thank you for that massive dump of lore, though. I really enjoyed it. Alright. Well, a battery pack is super cool. Let's just forge onwards, I guess. This might not be the run, but we'll see how we go. Less likely to find items laying in the house. Again, I haven't done this room, and I really want to. These are both rooms I haven't tried, and I really want to try. If I were at the stage where I were ready to completely give up on this day, I would totally go for both of these. But I'm still holding out hope I might be able to do the dark room thing, and these will both make that more difficult. So I'm going to try this. Oh, yeah, that wasn't great. Well, I do have a bunch of red rooms now, for whatever that's worth. Has anybody left a magnifying glass in the bathroom? That would be great. No, but we do have coat and cot. So, that makes... Oh, and I've got to find what the pictures are in the archway as well. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know how much it's necessary. So, A is the letter in the lavatory. And then nothing in the furnace, and we haven't seen what's in the dark room yet. Okay. Alright. Let's forge onwards. We have to go back now. So we can try either the passageway or the entrance hall. I guess just passageway is just makes sense because it's fewer steps there. So I did say the next time I was in here I was going to see if this seemed the same. These patterns on the floor. They do seem exactly the same to me. I wondered if this was a map or something, but it could just equally be, you know, that it's a bit of an unfinished kind of renovation, you know. Alright, well the breaker box... Well, we can't do that anyway. I mean, this would be... This would be useful in that it would open up more possibilities for us to go north. And we're cutting off the entrance hall north exit. I know that I do need the utility closet, but it's useless without... It's kind of useless for me without the magnifying glass anyway. I'm going to trust that it'll come up again, and I'm going to do the maid's chamber now, which sort of sucks item-wise, but at least we'll get to see... At least we'll get to see a new room. So, sewing. Ah, a Sinkaco. Oh, now that's interesting. Especially because it's a maid who is an angel. What the hell? Ha. I bet this would be cool if I had the magnifying glass. So which maid's room is this? Which maid's room is this? Bit by bit, I think I'm going to start figuring out who all of these people are. Because we've seen that white-haired guy with holding his hat in the darkroom picture. In another picture, he is holding a card or something like that that has text on it that I would definitely be able to read if I had the magnifying glass. But yeah, I don't know who he is yet. The woman with the glasses could very well just be could be Herbert's wife, like our grand aunt, like just an older version of her, and that maybe there's a younger version of her in the photo in the bedroom. And then we've got a couple of maids who I'm sure are the two maids that we saw in the darkroom photos. Probably, I'm guessing, just from their look, that the two men over the right hand side, or over the on the left side of this picture, are the one in the dark coat. I'm just going to guess he's the driver, and the driver was called Christoph. Just looks like a driver uniform to me. And then maybe the other one is like a gardener or something, a groundskeeper. Interesting. Okay. This, incredibly interesting. Let me just note. Maid Mila. The maids feel very important. The number of times that we got photos of them in the darkroom makes me suspicious. Staff notice, the day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. That's interesting. Friday, November 6th for the vacate notice in the maid's room. Okay, I'm writing down all of these dates because they seem important. The picture we've got is the bridge and the bride, so that means that the missing letter is G. Cool, for all it's worth. I'm probably going to end this run before too long. And her precious cleaning supplies. I feel like we might have seen this hat somewhere though. Nothing to interact with though. Oh, once again I got that clicking sound, but I'm not sure what that is. Just seems to occur sometimes. Alright. That's her outfit. If I go back to this. So is this maid maybe... I guess both of the outfits look pretty similar. Feeling like, I don't know. No, they look too similar for me to see what the difference is between these things. They're both, yeah. Neither of them have that many details compared to what's in the photo there. Okay, but Mila could very well be a password to something. Who knows? All right, a chance to go north. Let's try it. So once again, we have done the gym. This is, both of these options are very harsh to our steps. They would let us go forward. They would let us go forward, but, well, the gym wouldn't. This would. I'm really reluctant to let go of my steps at this stage. Like, I've still got quite a few options in this run. I'm not that desperate yet. Magnifying glass, please. No. Nope. Oh my god, I wish I had a gem so much. I've never seen a room like this. Aquarium is every color of room. Huh. So purple, red, orange, yellow and green and blue, and maybe even black. Oh man, I wish I could do that. Aquarium sounds so good. It looks amazing. It's rainbow. Oh man, it would be good for so many reasons. I really need a gem. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, that'll at least let us go north, so that's nice. Did I figure this one out? Hang on. Where's the other picture? Stage. Stage. I mean, stage and stag. It could also be that, like, theater. Herb. It doesn't look like a herb. Flower. Twig. Sprig. I don't know. I don't know about this one. What can we do but go forward? Oh man, it really wants me to lose half my steps. We'll get there. I can't do that one because it requires a gem. So I'm going to go with chapel. And I don't think I've come across anything I can use this battery pack with either. There goes my money. Can you guys help me to find... I just noticed the little red diamonds on this candlestick. I should make sure I'm looking carefully at the pews. Huh. It seems like more light than I noticed from it previously. Maybe that's something I should pay attention to, is maybe it's just because of where it sits in the house. Or, yeah, the time of day. Like, because both of these on this side are shining light. Yeah. Anyway, I was just thinking I should definitely make sure I check the pews in case there are items. Okay. I guess let's just see how far. Locked. Fair enough. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, this would be great for getting a gem. It would... That would be useless because we wouldn't be able to use the other entrance. We would waste an entrance here, but we would get a gem. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I want that gem. 2 gems would be even better. Aha! I don't have a key, but there we go. We found a trunk in this room before. Pilot and plot. Okay, so... let me just make a note of the room here. Chapel and den and I is the letter. Great. I don't know at what point recording these letters is going to give me a eureka moment, but at some point At some point it is. Let us go forth. Well, we don't have enough gems to do the garage anyway, and also I kind of feel like I've probably done... I don't know, I've probably done the main stuff I need to do in the garage in terms of getting the lore from inside the car and getting the disc from inside the trunk of the car, but you never know when there might be other items in there. I mean, there are 3 keys in there right now. There could even be the friggin' magnifying glass for all I know. Either way, let's do West Hall. It feels correct. So this one is tube and tub. So E. West wing. E is the letter. Do you have any items for me? Nope. Maybe since we can waste this room in a sense. I mean, it's not wasting, but you know, we don't need a room. We don't need a room with particular exits. Let's give this a go. Ah, so here, storeroom. It's got to be storeroom, right? There we go. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. We need everything this storeroom has. Hey, Swimbird. I just love checking Swimbird. Great. Gem. So now I've got 2 gems. That is wonderful. That's probably going to be a car, and the other one's probably going to be a cart. The mine cart. Oh. No, it's a card. So that means in the storeroom, the letter is D. Okay. Wasn't there... coin. There we go. Okay. Great. That was actually... That worked out really well. There is someone somewhere back there we can use the key. But I guess now that we're here, again, without wasting steps... Oh. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should have used it in the trunk, because maybe I could have got more, maybe I could have got more, What if the magnifying glass is for sale in the commissary? I've been assuming the commissary will mainly give you, like, gems or keys or... Either way, neither of these are a chance to go forward. I'm feeling like gambling. Ah, well, this is not a chance to go forward either. So we've got a storm cloud and the grain. So that was rain and grain. So, bedroom. G. Got it. That is the picture of the woman. Maybe my aunt. I don't know. I'm always so curious about this hand. You know, like it's pointing down. Is there something under us? That's what I think. Alright, well, we can only go here. Nursery. At the moment, I don't have anywhere that I know of. Like, I don't have the security. I feel like security is probably where I can use this upgrade disc. Maybe somewhere else as well, but I don't have anywhere I think I can use this. So, problem is if I use nursery... Oh, that's pretty cool. Whenever you draft a bedroom, game 5 steps. But I just drafted a bedroom. I just drafted one. Still, this is a new room. This has probably got very interesting lore in it. A nursery is going to be very interesting. I can't go forward. I can't go north. I can't go to any... yeah, I can't go north with this anyway. I can't go north with this. I don't know what this is going to deliver. But I haven't had the chance to have the nursery yet. Let's do it. So if nothing else... Oh yeah, we got 5 steps. Okay, I'm great. I'm glad that that counted. cliff or 10? Tent. Like, there is another picture that has a tent in it, so it can't be tent. And I can't see a tent here. I thought, yeah, I don't know what this one is. View. Vista. It could also be that this is tag. You know, it's 10, but it's also a tag, like a dog tag. So it could be coupled with the picture of the stag, if they wanted to make S the letter. Tag. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, let's get a proper good look at this room that I'm expecting could be sad, could be slightly creepy. A sort of a dragon that looks like a lion. A wooden dragon, that's super cool. Bowls, books, the car, a pawn piece. For all I know, these chess pieces could actually relate to the people that are associated with these different rooms. You know, some people are pawns. Someone is the queen. Oh, a key. Great. Yes, of course, the Little Prince. Oh my god. Makes so much sense. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. I mean, I know... I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of like the story of the Little Prince, right? But yeah, the Red Prince in this game. The Red Prince Marion Marigold. There was a Red Prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. Couple of sort of knight like pieces. Those are just sets of armor, I think. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Apples, roses, fire hydrants, a red flyer wagon, a lobster, a stop sign, and red flags. The red flag was in the future fortune that we got from Elzara, and it wasn't moving. It could be that it's a reference to this book, because it says, it could be, we see a red flag and it's not moving. This book, the red flags are not moving. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. So yellow of the canary, the black of the crow, or the white of the swan. Wow. That's so interesting. That I think is... that might be one of the most important things here. I could imagine that what they're telling us with this is that perhaps to make something happen, we actually have to have a day where we don't have any yellow, black, or white rooms. Right, the prince doesn't like yellow, black, or white is the note that I have, but he loves red. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. Oh, so I didn't... maybe he doesn't like blue either. It's really limiting my choices, Prince, if that's what you mean. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. So he didn't want to see the blue sky, but he was happy when it was cloudy because then the clouds would be white. But according to this, he didn't like the white of a swan in the snow. Okay. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad. Cool. I'm just looking for clues in the picture. Lovely, lovely illustrations. The story he read in the bath and the bed, that's got to be important as well. With the clues, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. Ha. A story he had read in the bath and the bed. So maybe it's something that I can only find in the bedroom, or in a bedroom, or the... well, they call it the lavatory, don't they? Even though it's got a bath in it. I would call that a bathroom. Okay, it was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And interestingly, I just cannot help notice, interestingly, he has a mirror, and it's just very telling. I don't know, like, it seems important that none of the things that we find in this house that would otherwise be mirrors either don't have, they're not reflecting. Whether that's us not, like, whether that's something like conceptual, like we don't want to look at ourselves, whether that's just because they couldn't, like, I don't know, like maybe it's just something to do with, the limits of the way that the game is designed, so it's just a development thing, or whether it's because there are actually no mirrors in the house for some reason. And it's interesting to note here that the furniture in this room is covered up as if someone is moving to here, moving away from here. I don't know. So are they implying that he had this book? Is that what they're implying? Because this is the book of the Red Prince. This is the red book. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact in the same room. Yeah, okay. As soon as I ask the question, it answers it. Cool. A story about you, if it needs to be said. About a red prince and his book. The red book we have just read. It's interestingly reinforced in many ways. I wonder if there are any text, like, clues in this, besides the ideas. If there's anything to do with sort of the letters or anything. Well, either way, super interesting. Super interesting. And obviously this is a kind of like a Mother Goose type thing. A baby's crib with seahorse, stars, clouds. 2 babies' cribs, in fact. 2 cribs. 2 cribs. So I gotta say, I'm immediately thinking twins. And this whole thing, like, I already had this in my head when I read this. A story of a boy who also wore red. So maybe we have a twin. Maybe there is a red prince and a red prince, or maybe there is a red prince and a blue prince. But I mean, this story implies it's a red prince, it's another red prince, but yeah, obviously the game is called Blue Prince, and maybe he was going through a red phase and then he was going through a blue phase. That is super interesting. That must imply twins, right? Is there anything else? We've seen a rocking horse in the storeroom before. And then there's I guess this is just a cot for, like a playpen, I don't know what you call it. A cot for playing in. Well, this was super useful. This was super useful. I'm really glad we did this. That feels like very, very interesting lore. Okay, well, but that's that's that for this area. I guess we can only try to go up from the chapel here. Nothing I'm missing. Also, that room had a really interesting hum to it. That's done. That's done. Through here past the swans. Swans seem to be increasingly, like, troubling. Yes. Oh, I can use the aquarium. Oh, look, 100% that's what's happening here. Oh. Oh, I hope someone is taking care of you guys. Because I feel like the mansion has been abandoned. How do you like being in, you know, a kind of a dimension that disappears and reappears? Does that work for you? Beautiful. So that's actually the bedroom. I feel like that's what that is denoting. I think that's the bedroom. Hey, fish. Hey. Hello. Are you guys happy with your interdimensional existence? Ooh, nice big fish. Ah, this is the archive. Oh, and it's got little... it's got a plane and a planet. So... T is the letter that we've got here today. That's the archive with a big fish. Huh, what a cool door. This... Oh, this is a laundry. I have not had a laundry. Huh. So it said that there were rooms of every color in here. The bedroom... I'm not sure if it's this bedroom, but that one, because there's a blue bedroom as well. But I think possibly it's this one. So that would be purple. The archive is definitely red. Oh yeah, and there's purple plants here. Okay, okay, I get it. This must be yellow. There's mainly yellow plants. This. I'm not really sure what kind of color is meant to be standing out here. I don't know. And I'm also not sure what this room is. Like the parlor? Maybe the parlor? Ah, and this is a... well, it's an outdoor room. This is definitely a green room. Because the outdoory kind of rooms seem to be green rooms anyway. I can't remember the name. I feel like it's the one that had all of the that we found in our day one, that had all of the piles of sand. Ah, there we go. It had that. It had many of these in it. Okay, interesting. I don't know what that's going to mean. Maybe if we get the aquarium and then we get all of these particular rooms, something happens, something appears in them. I don't know. We have these two rooms, and I have to say, they seem more vibrant, but I don't know if that matters. Locked. Could we... but it doesn't even look like it's possible to use a key. Maybe you can anyway. Alright. But I can't. I probably should have used my key to open the trunk, and it probably would have given me multiple keys. But oh well. I've made my choices, and I'm happy with them. I'm happy with them. Okay, so all of this is now for naught. So we just keep going down back to the entrance hall. This might be it for this run, but I'm perfectly happy with it if so. Yeah, wow. We've learned a lot. I think it's been incredibly useful down here. Looking glass, have you suddenly reappeared? Nope. That's a shame. Okay, that's out of commission. All we've got now is this. I don't even have any items. I don't have much anyway. Again, though, I could imagine that the workshop could be the kind of place where you could get the looking glass. But there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee of anything, of course. There's no guarantee that the looking glass will appear anywhere, maybe, on a given day. I just have no idea. I suppose at least... It's either this or this. We're losing the chance to go north with this one. Let's try this. Oh, that's it. Oh, well, let's see what we are. Ah, that's an amazing time to get an ivory die. A single ivory die. While drafting, you may use the die to roll new floor plans. If I had an opportunity to do so, that would be superb. But I do not. It's taking a little bit more of a look at the items that are in here. Look at this little number. Look at this stripy jacket. This is a... Is it sort of meant to be like an animal print, I wonder? Given the Victorian, you know, theme here, the Victorian sort of context. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, that's that. That's that for this particular run, but like, my God. We actually made it all the way to, what, rank, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is pretty good. I didn't actually expect to go that far. We got the freaking aquarium, which has blown my mind. I don't know what the implications of this are, but I'm very, very interested in it. And also it's just incredibly pretty. Oh, I actually noticed that the colors just here in the image, I wondered about this. They seem to be exactly in the places that they actually are in the room. So yeah, purple, red, yellow up the top. I'm guessing, yeah, okay. That must be orange? Maybe orange in the top center, and then green over the other side. Oh, I just knocked my notes onto the floor. I guess that's that. That's very symbolic. Symbolic that this run is over. We got the nursery, which I feel has incredible lore implications. Possibly we're dealing with twins, which would be super interesting. And it may have something to do with the whole no mirror thing. Yeah, and we've learned various other things about the other rooms as well. The maid's chamber, you know? This was very, very interesting. I'm very pleased with it. And we got a battery pack, but there's nothing I can do with it. I can't go anywhere or do anything. And I don't have a key, so I can't go and open that trunk even. But even if I did open the trunk, I probably wouldn't be able to do anything with any of the items I would get from it anyway. So I guess I'm just double checking to make sure I'm not making a mistake, but that is that. Because without a key, we can't go beyond the aquarium. I think, unless there's some other way to open that weird aquarium door. But yeah, what could we do with this battery pack, I wonder? Have I come across something that I could use a battery pack with? My mind is going to the like the record player that we found, but I kind of think that probably just needs a record. And it will, because it's already moving a little bit. Like it seems to already be powered in some way. Maybe the car, something in the garage, or maybe something I just haven't come across, or maybe something I have come across. I don't know. Either way, today we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much, House. I had a lot of fun. and I have learned many, many things. It is time for me to say bow to the great holly pen nib mountain, and call it a day. Yes, I will call it. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for watching. Once again, I hope that you are having a great time watching this. West-facing cottage this time. Yeah, we did favour the west wing, and we hardly got to go into the east at all. I hope you're enjoying this very much. I am enjoying this very much. I cannot wait to play more. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey, this amazing, amazing Blueprints journey. Every day is incredible, incredible discoveries. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.